Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I watched the last episode of She-Hulk, episode 9. Whose show is this? It was a little bit crazy. I mean, just engaging in the actual story at first, I was really surprised at the idea that they basically were treating her like a criminal and a prisoner because she had a little bit of a temper tantrum. Like, she's been like working for months and she's had like one little episode and yet they throw her away. I was kind of surprised by that, and she basically loses her job and her career and has to move back in with her family and everything. And I'm like, really? That seems like a little bit of an overreaction to one little tiny little hissy fit. But yeah, so that's where we were at the start of the episode. And she's trying to work out, how do I get these guys forgetting me? And I thought, God, is this where it's going to go for the season? This is a bit of a downer. If she going to lose her career every time something goes wrong? And then her friends try and work out, who Intelligentsia are. And I've forgotten her friend, the secretary. I think she's the secretary, legal secretary. She basically steals one of Jen's videos that her mum sent her because she can't stop sending her embarrassing photos and videos because, she's a mother. And she uses that as bait, and she gets invited to this Intelligentsia meeting, and she sends the guy, I think his name is, it's not Pug, is it? They keep calling him Pug. That can't be his real name. Where's the credits? That's what I was on last. Come on, where is it? His name cannot be Pug. I have no idea what this guy's name is. Either way, it's the guy who works in the office. So he goes in, and it is, Augustus Puglisi, or whatever his name is. Okay, so yeah, Pug. He goes in, and he's like having a real problem, basically, fitting in with these man-baby, Neanderthal, toxic male wannabe things. And they are having a lot of fun with the man babies, the real man babies, the not the Doomcocks, because they don't know who he is, they don't care about him. That Intelligentsia is nothing to do with Doomcock, but it is like the whole general man baby culture of the fandom menace and geeks and gamers and stuff like that. And they're doing the whole, she didn't earn it, and all that sort of crap, and it's funny. Oh, well, I don't have a problem with her because she's a woman. I just, they go through all that stuff, and he's trying to fit into it and trying to get into it, and it's kind of funny to watch, but yeah, it's a mess. And then we find out that Todd is actually the one who set up Intelligentsia, and he basically goes into this big speech and this big performance, and then God, what's the name of the other guy? The big monster. I can never remember his name. I'm literally trying to find his name in the credits. You know who I'm talking about. He comes up and he's like their coach, and the Abomination, and he's like the coach. And then the Todd reveals that he actually hired Josh to steal her blood. I thought they were trying to find a way to get something into her skin, to penetrate her skin. They were trying to get her blood to use it to give themselves Hulk powers. I'm like, oh, really? Because I thought that was only some people that worked with, and that was just a fluke that it happened with her. So he injects himself. He turns into the Hulk, into a Hulk. And then Titania shows up because it's the final episode. And then the Hulk shows up, and it's just getting ridiculous. And I'm like, this was getting ridiculous like 5 minutes ago, but it's really over the top. What is happening now? So Jen's like, what is this? And so she breaks the fourth wall, totally smashes it down, and is like, okay, I'm going to just sort this out. So she walks out of the studio, and she goes into the Marvel writers' room, and she's like, this is crap, guys. Maybe you feel you have to do this. And they're like, well, there's certain things you have to do in a Marvel TV show. Blah, blah, blah. So she ends up saying, look, I'm going to go talk to Kevin. So she goes and finds Kevin. And Kevin is, in fact, a super genius machine that has the most advanced entertainment algorithm ever or something. So he's writing the script, and she's like, yeah, no, we have to change this, and I want Daredevil back because, hello, we need some more of that. So he basically erases the Hulk, the Todd turning into the Hulk. He turns into Day. He makes the Abomination turn back into human and basically take responsibility for everything he's done and basically hand himself in. Titania basically is just standing there taking photos for her social media, and then the Daredevil shows up, and she basically is like, "I'll see you in court," to Todd. She doesn't do anything else, because she's going to do things rationally, and that's sort of the end of the episode. I'm like, really? And then her and Daredevil go back and hang out with her family and have like a barbecue, and then the Hulk shows up with Scar. I'm like, he's got a son? When did that happen? He looks really CGI. And that's like the end of the episode, basically. Intelligentsia gets crushed because they're a bunch of sad little man babies, so that's fine. She gets a job back. She finds a way to do both. And at the very end, she's being interviewed, and she's like, "So how are you gonna?" I'm like, "If you do bad things, people, I'm going to come for you." She's like, and he's like, "As a superhero or a lawyer?" She's like, "Both." So that's the end of the show, and we get one last little look with basically Wong breaks the Abomination out again. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, so what are we going to do next season? This is kind of interesting. I don't know, breaking the fourth wall that much and basically rewriting everything. And it's like, how are we supposed to actually engage in the show as a show if you don't just break the fourth wall, but you basically just show, this is not even, I'm not a real character. I'm just, but yet it's kind of fun here and there, but it was a bit too much. They broke a bit too much in this episode. Yeah, it's a bit too much. I mean, I like the way it ended. I like that, she got to keep a job and everything. But yeah, I don't know. The best part, I think, of the episode was they actually did a little Savage She-Hulk 1970s version where they basically did it like the original Bruce Banner. And I'm like, that's what they should have done with the show. They should have just had a muscle woman actor playing She-Hulk and have Jen and She-Hulk and have two actors like they did back in the old days with Lou Ferrigno. I mean, I seriously it would have worked better than the CGI because it looks fake half the time, and it really, but then they're not going for believability because they're breaking the fourth wall and making a joke out of it all. So I don't know if this show has failed. I mean, I laughed a bit at the end, actually, and the last bit where he calls her a diva and that, because he tries to ask her what she's wearing, and she's like, he's like, yes, the legal diva, blah, blah, or superhero diva, whatever. He calls her a diva, and then, goes back to reporting. And I don't know, it's I don't know what this show is trying to be. It's too many things. It's too many things and nothing. It doesn't really succeed as like an Ally McBeal legal comedy. It doesn't succeed as a superhero show. It doesn't succeed as a Hulk show. But it's got bits of everything, and I guess it's okay for it to be its own thing, but it needs to decide on what it is and be something. It's all over the place. This was a mess. I did find, basically saying Kevin isn't an actual person, saying he's like some super genius machine. That was fun. And when he was talking, he's Marvel, super like laboratory, and he's like, they've got like all the Marvel characters and everything on the screens and everything, and that was fun. But we know there's a real Kevin, so it's like it's trying to be real, but it's not. Had they actually walked in on Kevin and had him on the show, but instead we get so what is this? It's like it's a fictional version of the fictional show, but not really the show, but is real. It's too many times removed. It's a huge mess. So I don't know what this is like my review of the whole season, I guess, the final episode in the season, but I don't know what to make of the show, because I do enjoy it, but I'm not comfortable with it because it is all over the place. It needs to pick a basic being of what it is and then just play with that a little bit, but it doesn't. It started off being like superhero show, then it tried to be the Ally McBeal thing for about 2 episodes, and then it just got in the long form storytelling superhero sort of thing, but playing it soft like Supergirl and not really having any big drama, and then sort of looking like it was going to lead up to a big bad, but then abandoning that. Yeah, it's all over the place. And I'm up to 10 minutes. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute review, but it's just such a mess. Yeah. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't think I forgot anything else. I think that's everything. Yeah. I don't know what to make of this show. I don't know what they're going to do for next season. It'll be interesting. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad they made fun of the man babies. And they did really make fun of them. And they could have gone further. And maybe they will next season. I don't know. I'm going to go. Bye.